Hello.
Hi, Miguel. Good evening.
Good evening, Lorena.
How are you?
Fine, fine.
Perfect. What about the tests, the quizzes? Have
Yes,
you?
I
Yes? Have you
was.
been doing?
Yes, I've been doing, but I couldn't finish all. I was in the number in the test number 2
Yeah.
and in vocabulary, I believe.
Perfect. Okay. Yes.
I,
Today
I,
I
I
will.
will finish after class in
Ah,
a half hour. In a half hour.
don't worry. Don't worry. So today I will check it after.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we have to finish with one grammar. Okay. The name of the grammar, it is about embedded questions. So I will share you my screen.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, this grammar, okay, embedded question. So we're gonna see what is an embedded question. Well, it is different to a simple question, okay? We remember, for example, the questions like, what is your name? For example, that is a question, that is a normal question. But an embedded question, it makes the question more polite, okay? For example, I'm not gonna say, what is your name directly. So I will see, or I will be more polite saying, could you tell me what your name is? Okay, so that word, could you tell me, or maybe I don't know, or some phrases that are called embedded questions are going to make the questions polite. Okay, so this is the embedded questions for this grammar. The first that we will see, it is about WH questions. So we have the first one. When we have present with verb to be, we have a normal question like, where is the station? And we are going to use the WH questions. Where is the station? This is my normal question. And the structure for this question, it is the following. WH, the auxiliary, the subject, the station, and of course we don't have a complement here, but if we have, it's okay. And the structure for making an embedded question is gonna be this. First, we are gonna put the phrase of embedded question at the beginning. After, we're gonna respect always the WH question. After that WH question, as you can see here, first we have the auxiliary and after the subject. In this case, we're gonna use first the subject and after the auxiliary and after the complement if we have, okay? So we're gonna change the position of these two ones, okay? Auxiliary subject, subject auxiliary, okay? So where is the station? My normal sentence, I will convert it to embedded question. My embedded question phrase is going to be, could you tell me, this is my embedded, could you tell me, I will respect WH, where? So first, my subject, the station, and after the auxiliary is, okay? So could you tell me where the station is? What is your name? Another verb to be question. Could you tell me what? First the subject, your name, and after the auxiliary is. Where is your house? Could you tell me where your house, and after is, okay? If I tell you, Miguel, When is your birthday? How could you convert to embedded question? When is your birthday?
Could you tell me when is your birthday?
No, no, no. The auxiliary always at the end.
Could you tell me when your birthday is?
Perfect. That is the correct one. Okay, so always, always in verb to be, the auxiliary after the subject. Okay, first the subject and after the auxiliary. It is like a simple sentence in affirmative. It is like that. Okay, so after verb to be, we have the simple present. Simple present, we have the same, but in this case, of course, we have to use the auxiliary does or maybe do. When we use does, where does she work? Okay, this is my normal sentence. And this is the structure that we have to convert. We know that after the WH question, after WH, all of these, we have to convert into affirmative sentence, the affirmative structure. So what is the affirmative structure when we use does? We have in affirmative, always the subject. It could be she, he, or it. With the verb, but the verb has to be with s, es, or ies, right? Why? Because we don't use the auxiliary does in affirmative sentences. That's why we are going to use this structure for making embedded questions, okay, without using the auxiliary. When we have do, does, we don't use do and does in embedded questions. So my embedded question here is going to be, I don't know. I will respect where, and I have to convert like this, in this structure. First, my subject, she, my verb, work. So as it is third person, I will use is. She works, okay, we don't have complement. So I don't know where she works. Why we use this? Because in affirmatives, we don't use does, only in questions, right? So another, when does he study? Could you tell me when, respect the WH, my subject, he, and after my verb with IES because this is third person. When he studies, what does she like to eat? Here I have a complement. So I don't know what my subject, she, likes the verb and my complement to eat. I don't use does, okay? And here we have a difference between embedded questions. As you can see here, when we have an embedded question that starts with an auxiliary like could, can, do, okay, after that we're gonna see a list of embedded questions. But if my embedded question starts with an auxiliary, always I will finish all the question with a question mark. But if my embedded question starts with a subject, I will finish only with a period. Okay? So if I say, for example, okay. Where does she read the book? How is my sentence? Where does she read the books? Miguel?
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, how can I convert into embedded question? Where does she read the book?
I don't know where she reads the book.
Perfect. Very good. So we don't use does, right?
Yeah.
Okay. With the do happens the same. We don't use do. So my structure for affirmative, it's only subject, IU with a, the verb in base form, and the complement. So we don't have to add nothing to the verb. For example, what do you like? I don't know what you like. Okay, so what? I respect my WH, my subject you, and my verb like. But I don't use do. And as I am using embedded question with subject, I only put period. But here I am using could you tell me what you like? So in this case, it is an auxiliary, so I will use a question mark. Okay, if I say, where do you live?
Yeah.
How can I convert into embedded?
Where do you live?
Yes, where do you live?
In a embedded question with question or in a affirmative sentence?
Whatever, whatever. If you want, could you, or I don't know.
Could you tell me where you live?
Perfect, very good. So the important thing that we don't have to use do with embedded. Perfect. In simple past happens the same, right? Happens the same because did we don't use in affirmative sentences. So our structure for affirmatives, it is the subject, but the verb that we have to use, it is in past, right? And our complement. For example, here, where did you go? So here, my verb is going to be in simple past only, and I don't use did. So could you tell me where my subject, you, and my verb in past? Go, no, went. Could you tell me where you went? Okay, or maybe this. What did you eat yesterday? So could you tell me what, subject you, my verb in past, ate, and my complement, yesterday? Okay, if I say, for example, when did you buy that dress or that coat? When did you buy that coat? How is my embedded?
I don't know when you bought that coat.
Perfect. Very good. Very good. So it is only in past, right? Perfect. So this is, all of these are with WH questions, okay? What happened with yes, no questions? If I don't have WH, if I start with a yes, no question, I will use if or whether, okay? Whatever of this. So for example, is she an artist? So I have to convert into affirmative only, but after my embedded question, I will use if. The most common is if, okay? So could you tell me if, and this sentence, this question I will convert to affirmative statement. She, my subject, my auxiliary is, and after my complement. Could you tell me if she is an artist? Okay, so this is with verb to be. If I have a do you like animals? So I will use, could you tell me if you like animals only? Does right? Does your mom live in La Paz? So in this case, as it is third person, I have to use es, yes, or ies in the verb. Could you tell me if your mom lives in La Paz? Without using does, no do, and here no did. Did you come here? Subject, past, and complement. Could you tell me if you came here? Okay, past, without did. If I tell you, for example, are you traveling tomorrow? How is my embedded question?
Could you tell me if you travel tomorrow? If you will travel tomorrow?
Perfect. If you will travel, or maybe you are going to respect if you are traveling tomorrow, right? Perfect. Very good. So this is with yes, no question. Here, we have to remember these 3 steps. For example, number 1, where it says that if we have a WH question, we are gonna keep the WH question, right? So we have to respect. But if we don't have a question word, if we don't have a WH question, we have to use if or whether. And we don't use, okay, it's not necessary, we don't use do, does, or did with embedded questions, okay? So, for embedded questions, what kind of phrases could we find here? We could use with all of these verbs, okay? So we could use, this is embedded questions with subjects, where we are gonna finish with only a period, okay? For example, wonder. I wonder, and the meaning of wonder, me preguntaba. I wonder why she said that. So I finish with a period. I know with no, I could use they don't know, or maybe we don't know, you don't know. So I can conjugate some subjects here, okay? Not all of them are going to be with these subjects. I can use others, okay? So the embedded questions with auxiliaries, where we have to use the question word. So it is going to be, could you tell me? Do you know? Can you tell me? Okay, so we are starting here with auxiliaries. That's why we finish with a question mark. Okay, so and the last one. What happened? We have some questions. We have these questions that are called subject questions. For example, who loves Julie? When we use who, we don't use a subject here. We go directly to the verb and the complement. When we use these kind of questions where we have the question word directly to the verb and complement, we are going to respect the same question with the embedded question. I don't know who loves Yuli. The only thing that I will change, it is about the subject. So I have to use the period. What happened? I don't have a subject, neither. I have directly to the verb. We are trying to find out, this is an embedded question, what happened? Okay, so we're gonna respect it's gonna be the same question, okay? I don't know if you have some doubt, some questions about this grammar, Miguel.
No, it's clear.
Perfect. So here, for example, you're gonna find some exercises, okay, where you're gonna do it in your free time, okay? So I will send you this document also, and now we're gonna do it in the platform, okay?
Okay.
So let's go to the platform. Let's open, yes, let's open the grammar. Give me a second, okay. Yes, embedded questions one. We're going to open. Okay. Okay. Oh, it is sent.
And
Unit 4. Yes, it is okay. Module B, Unit 4, Grammar, Embedded Questions 1. Yes, that one. Okay, so let's do.
okay.
Okay, let's see. Perfect, any mistake. Very good. Now let's go next. Okay. In this part, you have to be careful because you have to put maybe the period or the question mark, right? Depends on the embedded question.
Okay. 1, 2.
Remember the period or the question mark, because there
Okay.
can, yes, great. Okay, only one. I think yes, that part. What time, right? That apostrophe. Why
Ah,
did you put the apostrophe?
I forgot.
Yes, that is the only mistake there. What time
Yes.
he gets without apostrophe.
Okay. I was not sure about this because when you say that the verb always goes at the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
mm,
No, no. When you, for example, have a question mark, and after the question mark, you have a verb, you don't have a subject, you are going to keep all the equation in the same way.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay? Yes.
But, who works like a subject?
Yes. Yes. Who? Because we are asking for the subject, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. Now it's everything okay. Great. I don't know if you have some question about this, Miguel.
No, it's clear.
Perfect. So now I will, with this grammar, we finish all unit 4 and all module B. Okay, so I will assign you the quizzes of 4 and the final test of this module. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, so now it is assigned. And tomorrow we're going to start with Model C, okay?
Okay.
Yes, with Model C, Unit 1. So, well, today we're gonna just finish here, okay, with the daily survey. If you have some questions about the tests or the quizzes, so you're gonna tell me, okay?
Okay. Thank you for that. I will tell you if I have questions.
Perfect, perfect, yes. So now, finish until here.
One second.
Okay, Miguel, so see you tomorrow. Take care a lot. And tomorrow we are going to start with Model C, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye, see you.
Tomorrow. Good night.